had different covers in the English version. Like the cover for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo looks very different. So it's in Spanish. Where I snap and then the bed's made. And it's time to make the bed. Now that the SIM card's in and I have put the SIM card in, my phone says that it is locked, but have no fear. We will figure this out together. Physical SIM locked. 3 attempts remaining for a PIN. I think the lady at the store told me I had a PIN. Did she not? Was she like, blah, 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 this is your PIN? We found the missing key. Unlocking. Oh, what? It doesn't work. Did I not enter it properly? Okay, maybe it's this. Yeah, pin. Okay, there's a pin and there's a puck. I entered the puck. But what we want to enter is the pin. Oh, I got a text in Spanish. Okay, that's a good sign. SIM's unlocked. Do, 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 do. Okay, this is in Spanish. Tu tarifa de prepago es Vodafone. Unlimited. I have unlimited phone calls in Spain, but like it doesn't really matter. 140 gigabytes? If you're traveling in Europe and you want to know the best place to buy a roaming EU SIM card, buy it in Spain because you get a lot of data for only 20 euros. So I don't think you can really call this a book haul, but I'm excited because it was really cool to go to a bookstore in Spain and see a lot of books that I've been eyeing on Book Talk or BookTube in English and just kind of eyeing their covers or maybe adding them to my TBR, but seeing them in a bookstore in Spain translated into Spanish. Sometimes they even had different covers in the English version, like the cover for The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo looks very different in the Spanish version versus the English version, so that was really exciting exciting to see, but I want to share with you the books that I bought. And hi, welcome if you're new here. My name is Christina. I make writing videos. I used to make a lot of videos about starting your own online English teaching business. Those videos are still here. They are still up. So if that interests you, you can check them out. But today, and probably for the near future, I'm going to make more videos about books and a lot of videos about writing. So if that all sounds good to you, please hit thumbs up, please hit subscribe, help the algorithm, and let's look at these books. So we have the first one that I got, mainly because I'm traveling a lot. I didn't want to get any hardcovers. I wanted to get a small book, but a familiar book to me is this one. This is, I believe, the second book in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. If I'm wrong, please let me know, in Spanish. So it's actually No hay verano sin ti. I don't actually understand that translation. It says like, there are no weekends without you, I think. I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. I'm still learning, and I probably skipped a few steps. I started learning Spanish many, many years ago, and then I stopped, and then I started, and then I stopped, and then I started, and I just skipped a few steps. I really wanted a Spanish book in my hands, so I chose this one mainly because it's light. I recognize the series, and it's a YA book, and it's just a simple romance. There's not going to be any like fantasy world building or anything like complex, so I think it should be easier to understand. And the reading level, again, like the reading level, it's not some high literature or anything like that. So, and yeah, so this is this book. I was happy to find it. This one was €8.95, and it's the second one. They didn't have the first one there. They had a much larger version of the first one there, but this one fits better in a suitcase, which you'll see when I show you the next book. I'm completely contradicting myself, but I did open the first page to see if I could understand it. I think she's just saying something, there was a weekend in Cousins. I think that's a town. She was at the pool and her mom was by herself on the porch, and something about Susanna, and someone was in the kitchen. So as you can see, I have a lot of catching up to do in Spanish, but I'm happy that my brain can still understand some words. Let me know if you like to read your favorite books or the books that you are eyeing, depending on your language learning goals, if you have those. So the second book, and the book I think I'm going to start with as my reintroduction into learning Spanish, is, you may have seen it before, this one. This is the Heartstopper graphic novel, but it is in Spanish, and I figured this would be the perfect one to start with because, one, there are very, very few words, and it's all dialogue. So it's a great way to familiarize myself with conversational Spanish, maybe certain verb tenses that I have forgot since a long time ago. And there's just few words. But I will say I have read the first chapter of this in English. And when I opened the first chapter of this of the Spanish version, I was like, I don't actually understand this as much as I thought I would. But since there are so few words, like I'll just open to a page. See, there's so few words on the page. I feel like it's easy to look things up if I don't understand it. So this is just sort of a fun way for me to get back into Spanish, and I've heard great things about this show, great things about this series, and again, I have a suitcase, a very small suitcase. I also wanted to talk about authortube. So if you don't know, there's a lot of authors on YouTube that have their own writing channels, and I love watching this type of content. So if you have any favorite authortube channels, please let me know your comments down below. But I have been watching so many of these, and some of them are from already published authors, others are from aspiring authors, and it's really fascinating to see, especially in indie publishing, because that's what I'm interested in, to see other people go through the process. And although I am working on a book, I am on chapter 15. You may have seen my previous NaNoWriMo vlogs. Didn't meet my NaNoWriMo goals, but I did get a lot of writing done that I wouldn't have otherwise. Part of this niche change is I want to transition into the authortube, writer, YouTube channels. So if you like that content, please stick around. If you've been here from the beginning, thank you for still being here. But if you're not interested in the writing, stuff, that is a-okay. But I also noticed when I click the term authortube, there's either people titling their videos authortube vlog, which that is what I will do in the future when I have my first published work out. But then there's also people saying like, oh, I read books by authortubers, are they any good? And there's a lot of judgment from other people of authortubers. So I don't know if it's that word authortuber, or if it's because someone's talking about their book online, we expect their book to be like phenomenal, even though it's not, or it might not meet expectations, even though there is a lot of just good books out there. I don't know, it's kind of a tangent, but just wanted to let you know, like, I've been very inspired lately by watching other authortubers, and I'm excited to write. For a teaching update, I was teaching a lot at the beginning of the year, I would say the first 2 months, and then I had less students. I have more like just one-on-one students every so often. I have a new student in October, but the reason for me having less students is because I just wasn't marketing my program at all, and when I was marketing it, that's when I was getting students. So the marketing does work, and I intend to market more on my English Commute Instagram, maybe not on YouTube. Maybe I'll make a separate channel for lessons. But what was I saying? I don't know. I wanted to talk about authortube, but I think I've said a lot of things I wanted to say about starting your own teaching business, and I think I'm just gonna go into marketing. You can observe my account from afar, see what I'm doing, but I think this channel space here, it's going to go more into the writing, into discovering self-publishing, that kind of thing, and I'm excited. So thank you for being here, and I'm just very inspired. And if you watch my other writing vlogs, you'll see I had a battle of what genre to call this book I'm working in. It started with romance, then I went to mystery, then I went to mystery thriller, and then I didn't want to scare myself, so went back to mystery, and now it might be a cozy mystery, but I don't know. But I am really liking what it's about. I'll share a little bit because this much isn't going to change, but basically our two main characters, Mia and Edward, who knows, maybe I'll change Edward's name. They've been online friends since they were 15, or maybe earlier, I can't remember, but Edward finally invites Mia to meet him in person, and so she goes to see him in person, and there's a lot of other stuff that goes on. I think there might be magic involved. I don't know. I can't say too much, but I am having a great time writing it, and I'm excited for Preptober coming up in October, and then actual NaNoWriMo coming up in November. It would be amazing if I could finish this writing before November, because then I could start the second book, but that book doesn't even have an outline yet. So anyways, let me know what you are reading. Let me know what you are writing. And I hope that you have big plans for September and enjoy your fall.